So it's time for you guys to get a slight update on the Focus rear-wheel drive project. This project's been going on in the background, not, you know, trying to focus a lot of the content on this because I don't have a lot of time with this car day in, day out. So I'm just trying to get as much as I can when it happens. This is, again, having a lot of stuff done over, you know, the past couple of months since it's actually been on the channel. But I now today get to show you guys it in all its glory at its present state. Remember, this is a project, but it is going immensely fast. I'm just trying to keep up my end and show you guys at the same time. So here it is, the wide arch rear wheel drive Focus. This thing is bonkers. I sort of tried to cover it in the last video with George, but this car is on another level. I want to go through and show you guys a couple of things that have happened over the last month or so since it's actually been on the channel. Again, this isn't the focus of, did you get it, focus of the channel. I'd love it to be, but it's, you know, one of those builds that we can't focus on every, you know, week. So we're probably going to do a monthly update. But as the bonnet's up, I wanted to show you into this space. Now, as you'll see, this is actually a dummy engine that's mounted the wrong way around. So it's longitude. Yeah. So this is a bare engine basically for mock-up purposes, and there's actually going to be a Focus RS engine going here. So a Mark 1 Focus RS Zetec engine will be going in the place of this, but this is more here for mocking up purposes and just getting everything as it should. This is, of course, as you'll see, the wrong way round for this car. So trying to make everything work, trying to make lines work. Pedal box is what they're actually working on today. So I will show you inside the car and show you a bit of the pedal box mounts being made up, because of course this car is basically a complete custom car. It is going to have a universal pedal box actually put into the car for this purpose of engine being the wrong way around, the tunnel being in a completely different place. But as you'll see, mock-up wise, this is looking pretty good in here. Few lines have been put in, but you'll see the spacing, custom engine mounts, everything like that has been done, ready to take the engine that's been currently built for this platform. And yeah, there is just so much work that's happened in this engine bay. Look how lovely these engine mounts are, just so nice. So yeah, that's coming in the next couple of months. There will be an RS engine in here, but for dummy purposes, for mock-up purposes, that's in there at the moment. And yeah, just coming over to this book by Comp Brakes. This has just been bought, a universal top-mounted remote pedal box. This is what's going to be going into the inside, because of course, again, as I've already said, this is a completely custom car, so it'll actually hang from a bracket that they're currently making, and that is going to sit just there. It's all going to be custom made to the owner of this car, so he's actually got a dummy seat in there. Again, there's going to be a nicer seat in for him to go in, but he doesn't want to put it in yet until everything is as it should be. But mounting the rails and everything, that's all been done. Bringing the steering column maybe out or down just so he is comfortable in the car. And look at this hearse shifter just there, something that I would usually see in some sort of American builds. That's really, really cool to see that. And in the centre, custom tunnel, because obviously these are front wheel drive from factory, so a complete custom tunnel has been put in. But the one thing that the owner did actually just point out is the guys that this car was bought from didn't actually put any space for the exhaust in. Maybe it was going to come out the front bumper, maybe it was going to come out the bonnet, we don't know. But he's going to be then making another little tunnel here to go with the exhaust pipe. So you'll actually see the exhaust go through underneath the car here. But of course, as already said, this has been done for the rear wheel drive swap, but there was no space for the exhaust to go, so they've actually got to modify this and redo another bit of the tunnel just to the side. And they're also going to be putting electronic steering in it as well, so that's actually here ready to be mocked up once the pedal box and pedal box mount is actually in the car. So again, a lot of work happening with this. It is really going a lot faster than I can keep up with on the channel. As you come around the back, that big spoiler, look how big this spoiler is on the back, so cool. And yeah, just tons of other parts that are being put in soon. Hydraulic handbrake there, various bits and bobs. Tons of work though happening with this. So yeah, from our last sort of show of this car, a lot of things have changed, a lot is happening, and I'm so excited to bring some more content from this thing as it goes down. The other thing I actually did just gloss past is the cages in. So this is a custom cage that has been made for this, bolt and weld in, so you can take bits and bobs out like the door bars if you wanted to, but that's next up as well. It's going to be pulled back out, powder coated, welded in, all that sort of stuff. So that's coming up very, very soon too. Again, with a car to this magnitude, I feel like a nice cage will go very well in this car, considering it's going to have some serious power and rear-wheel drive. So yeah, tons more content to come with this car. I know this wasn't too much for you guys to digest in this portion. Again, I don't force owners and stuff to be on camera. That's the last thing I want. I don't want people having to be on camera and show you what they're doing with their cars. But if I've got a small window to show you guys what's happening with these cars, that's what it's all about. So yeah, we will be back in, you know, maybe a month, 2 months time to actually get another update. Engine might be in, we will see, but I cannot wait to see this running and driving rear-wheel drive setup. Mate, we might even get a burnout one day from it.
Few inches later,
we have, the camera's a little bit blurry, Piper cams, because the garage is, you can get Piper cams through the garage. They are a distributor, install centre as well for Piper cams, and there is some going in this 2 litre Z-Tech engined Lacoste, is this?
Yeah, low cost.
Lacoste, you know. Low cost. We're at a really, just one of those points. If you know engines, I don't, but apparently this is a bit that's
You probably want to come this
worrying and scary, and we shouldn't have the camera out right now, but inserting springs
obviously
into the valves. But George, you don't know what you're talking about, do you?
I know what I'm doing. According to YouTube user
3456
says that
this lot don't know what they're talking about. Never have, never did. No, that's me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This lot, with their many years of doing stuff on car parks.
I only built a Mark 1 RS with like 400 horsepower,
Yeah.
low boost. So
Like at home.
Yeah.
So yeah. And George, like, you just supercharged Focus that we shot for the channel. You built that. No, you still, and so you've built many a Ford, been under many a Ford.
racing Ultra 4 as a
He's
race
done.
mechanic.
Yeah, you did. Was it the Mexican rally? Was it?
I've done all sorts of stuff.
Like a genuine mechanic for a rally team. You don't know what you're talking about though. It's fine.
Don't have a clue.
I've never done it before, and I wouldn't know what I was doing.
No, that's
maybe I should cut a bigger hole in the bonnet.
You should cut a bigger hole in the
comment
bonnet.
section says. maybe I should take that to heart.
Yeah, you should cut a massive hole in the bonnet of the BMW.
Absolutely heartbroken that someone disagrees with what I've done.
So much so you need to cut a big hole in the bonnet.
So much
Also
so
wanna know where the
I'm
autism
bleeding,
garage comes from.
and I have actually got autism. So
Yeah, so I mean they were right then, weren't they? And I'm assuming like
doesn't really hurt my feelings. I've put up with it for 36 years.
What? So George, if you actually knew what you were talking about, what's happening here?
Right, so let's just say, theoretically speaking, if I knew what I was doing, which obviously I don't.
And this isn't a how-to.
This isn't
And
a
we're not
how-to
unboxing
video.
anything today.
I've done an unboxing today.
No, we did. We did a biscuit unboxing. We didn't even get that for the channel though.
So basically, normally when you'd be changing valve springs, retainers, you'd have the head off. We can do this in place because we do have the tools.
Me.
But we don't know how to use them.
Because you don't know what you do.
And this is definitely not a how-to. So,
Yeah, love it.
so theoretically speaking, what we're doing here, and I'll show you,
Is educating guessing.
I won't actually compress one because there's no air in the cylinder. So anyway, this little attachment here, I'll show you on a valve.
That's a
I'll
toy,
show you
isn't
on a
it?
valve.
Oh, look at this.
This fits on the top of a valve like that,
Okay.
and as you lever it down, that compresses this against the stem of the valve, and then with a magnet you can pull the collets out, release it, take the retainer and the spring out, and
Cool.
replace it for a different spring. So these are Piper uprated valve springs and retainers.
That's cool, isn't it?
Then you put them back in, compress them again, put the collets back in.
And away
Whilst
you
you do this, you have to have the cylinder full of compressed air to force the valve shut.
Right.
So if I knew what I was doing,
Which you don't.
theoretically, we would be doing that.
Yeah. Okay. You would be doing that.
I would be doing.
But you don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So you're not doing that.
No, and this is.
But
not
it is
a how
happening
to.
anyway. This isn't how to.
It's not like this is something we do every day.
Every single day. But yeah, that's what's happening here.
This is the compressed air.
with a
Oh,
leak.
yeah.
With a leak.
We're going in.